What's up everyone, this is Sam from 64 Wheels, back more Diecast, and it is Throwback Thursday, so we're going to be unboxing and building this retro 1995 to 1996 Matchbox Action System Hospital. So if you collected any time around that period, you'll recognize this card art, this like gradient orange to yellow. That's because this was the pre-Mattel days for Matchbox. So Tyco, the company, actually owned them before Mattel. So this is kind of like a precursor set to what would be the Action Driver set, 20, 30 years later. It's crazy to think how old this set actually is, that 1995 was almost 30 years ago. So it's held up pretty well. I got this out of an auction in Michigan. I was able to bundle some shipping with some other items. So I got it for around $20 to $25, which I thought was a pretty good deal. Comparable condition sets sell for almost double that on eBay for like $40 some, and then you have to pay for shipping usually. So I think I got a good deal on this one. And then we can see the original price tag is actually still on the box from Hills, $9.97 for this bad boy. So I don't know what the inflation rate would be, but this is probably a $20 set if you account for inflation in 1995. I will try to put what the actual cost is in today's dollars up on the screen too, so you can see that. But I really like this box art, but the longer I looked at it, the more weird it got, because this is pre-Photoshop days. So this was like the rudimentary days of graphic design, like people were drawing stuff, but they were also using cutouts for real people. So you can tell, obviously, this is like graphical. This is not a real hospital. It's not even a picture of the actual playset. It's a drawing or graphic version of that. So then when we kind of go and look at the vehicles, we can see that they look real, but this is actually a cutout of a real police car with like graphics laid over it. So this, you can kind of see where they didn't even cut it out right. Same with the light bar. That is a fake light bar that they've just laid over an outline of a Crown Victoria that you can see they cut out very smooth. There's actually no bumper edging. They put these fake like sparkles in the tail lights, but that is an actual real license plate that they blurred over. So there's some kind of weird stuff going on there. But then as we get to the people, it gets even stranger. Like, I don't know, it's so weird. So this guy is on an actual like table gurney. He's not on a foldable one that you would see in most offices, because it actually has like hard legs on it that don't fold. This would not be coming out of an ambulance. Another red flag here that something's going on is that these people have hard hats on. When have you ever been to a hospital, especially that looks like a kid to me, where a doctor or a nurse is wearing a hard hat? Never seen that. Nothing really weird with that guy, but the hard hats were weird. But then we go over here, and that's definitely someone's grandma. So if that's your grandma and you're watching this video, definitely like stitch this or whatever and reshare it. That's probably someone's mom too, but you can clearly tell there's no shadow on this, that they literally cut this out and then just place it in there. Like, that lady doesn't even have legs. Like, the more you, it's like the Wacky Wednesday Dr. Seuss book. It's like the longer you look at it, it's like, oh, this guy has a shoe on backwards. This guy has a banana on his head. Like, that's what this box art is giving me right now. So you can see around the lady's head is red artifacts from where she was actually cut out of her own photo. And I'm not even sure that the blanket and other things were on her. I think that might have even been changed. But like I said, there's no, like, that lady doesn't even have feet. There's no shadows. It's kind of weird. Then we go up here. Look at this kid. He's like looking straight at the camera. The lady is going forward. There's no, like, you can see the graphics around them are not very sharp. Same over here. Look at the angle. That kid, he's doing like a ski trick. Like, he's only on one wheel. It just, I mean, it looks horrible. But then if you pay attention to that wheelchair, you'll see that it's the exact same wheelchair and angle going through here, where it looks like she's about to yeet him into a dark abyss. Like, it is the funniest card art. Then this guy up here, who doesn't appear to be the traditional nurse. He looks like a bad guy in an 80s movie that's faking to be a nurse so he can like go poison someone. And that would probably be appropriate because he has actual cleaning chemicals on that cart, which have been copied and pasted exactly. I mean, it's just so odd. Then when we look over here, that face is the same lady as down here, but they have cut her hair, put a different sweater on here, and then that's a different nurse as well. So it's just, it's the weirdest box art. I have no idea what's going on with it, but this one to me is the funniest because it looks like she's like throwing that kid down just a dark hole. I mean, the front of it is hilarious. Of course, pre-Photoshop days were just, people had to do what they had to do. So Here are some of the details of this set. So you drive into the hospital and the nurse automatically exits with a wheelchair, which is very much like the pressure switches that are on the modern day action driver sets. That is something we would see now. So it's kind of cool to see that they were doing it, 20, 30 years ago. We also have an ambulance. It looks like if you pull in, it shoots the ambulance or pops the ambulance out. I'm not really sure how it works, so we will take a look at that. There is a picture of the set in full, and then on the back we have the glorious whole city going on here, but there's also something interesting on this. So there we see a repeat of the rest of the box art, not really anything to hone in on, but here you can see number 6, which is the hospital. It's like really letting you know it's the hospital. It's like a different color. It's bolded, then they circled it. We can see the fire station, which looks really killer. That is the police station. Over here we have, I think that's a mini car wash, right? Number 2. Yeah, just a car wash. 4 is the drawbridge with the sailboat that goes under it. I actually bid on that one, but I lost it. I really want to get that one next because it just looks really cool. Then up here, that's actually like a speed trap. So a police car sits behind that sign, and then as you drive by, it like releases the police car. You can release it. Kind of cool. And then up there we have the big car wash, the super spin one, which I had a version of that. They released that since the 70s up until, I want to say, even the late 90s, like even later than this. That's a later coloration of it. Really cool set though. If I can find mine in storage, I will pull it out and we'll do a video on it. But the odd thing about it is this one right here. There's no number on it. As you can see, it goes to number 9 is the road track. So it's just extra track sets, which we need for the action drivers. Take the hint, Matchbox. Bring that back. But this is a very old style set. That was almost back to the red line days. Or era. It's like a pass-through set. I don't know how to explain it, but that one is a very old style set, and I found it funny that they don't list it anywhere. It would probably be number 10. They didn't ever sell it, as far as I can tell. I checked eBay, I checked online. I didn't see a version of this. I could have missed it, but since it's not on the box, I checked other box art, it's not there. So it's really strange because these two vehicles and a crane came later in some other sets, and they actually called them the gold miner set rather than a construction set. So I thought that was pretty interesting that they would number everything, including the extra track sets, but leave this pretty big set. Like, I mean, it's almost in the middle. Just out of there. So it's interesting. So a bit of mystery with it. You get the fun cutouts on the front, you get the mystery set on the back. So if this goes well, I might have to pick up a few more of these and start building this, but these are kind of expensive. If you go online, like the main one, there is a huge city center that has a number 10 on it. That's not listed on this box art. There's like another version. I think it was 96 because I think these are the 95 ones. But it's huge. It goes for like $150 to $200, but it looks incredible. So as far as I know, this has never been opened. It has little, oh my gosh, that was a terrible noise. It has little tape on it, and it doesn't look like it's ever been peeled back, as you can tell. So I'm really hoping this is complete, and this will also tell us what 25 to 30-year-old stickers look like if they're not already on there, because I have no idea if this set has the stickers already applied or if this is one you actually have to do yourself. I'm gonna guess you have to do it yourself because that's applying them or having them applied is kind of a newer thing. So look at that. It's been in the package that whole time. Mint minus that huge scratch on the inside of that. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this. All right, so here are the instructions. Nice glossy paper. Not a ton of, like, Matchbox has always had really simple play sets to assemble. I mean, a majority of this is just track. You like assign in the second floor assembly and it's in. That's like easy as assembling is like the Pizza Hut or the FedEx or something. So then it kind of shows you how to do it. So we'll look at that. Let's see here. I'm trying to pull these out, but it feels like they're taped on. So there's all the signs. It's very bright. They're bright yellow and bright orange, which aren't even as realistic as the ones now. We get that nice set of track. That's kind of cool. This is a single lane track. The whole playset, like the whole city, only runs on single lane track, which I don't really like. I like 2-lane track because no city is just a single lane. It might be one way, but it's not a single lane. So this looks a little rough. Actually, it looks like it had maybe glue on the inside because that, like, the marks on it are on the inside, which is kind of odd. I don't know if you can pop that off because it doesn't look like you can take it apart, but that's really the quality is not the best on that. Like, look at the scratch on that sucker. And that's mint. I mean, this is brand new and it's like that. So I don't know if it's just like the glue fingerprints on it, because that's definitely a fingerprint has aged. But that's interesting. So we'll take a closer look at that as well. Let me see. Let me pull out. It looks like there's an insert in here. Oh, cool. Look at that special offer inside. Okay, let's see what we got here. So I'll set the box up here. All right, there are the stickers. They look like they have kept up very well. All of them are still stuck to the paper. They're not curved. They're not flaking off the sheets. There you can see 1995 Matchbox Toys, subsidiary of Tyco. So you can see all that. Got the ER. Decent looking graphics. Like, it's not bad. They're definitely more realistic now. Like that traffic light, it would look more realistic now. But look at this. 1996 special offers inside. That is cool. Okay. Oh, look at that. That is awesome. Oh, sweet. Look at that. It is a poster of basically a checklist of all the cars. That is so cool. I wish Hot Wheels would do this. They used to do it on the playsets. It used to show you all the playsets, which was kind of cool. But we haven't got a poster for the cars in actual packages like this in a long time. Hot Wheels post them, I think, on their social media, I think is where the last time I've seen them. But these are really cool. So it shows you moving parts, super fast, new look. Like there's a Ferrari F40, new look. Super fast moving parts. I mean, that's really cool. So let's look. There are 2 coupons here. Oh, for the car wash, the rescue center, and oh, look at that, on any playset. That's pretty cool. Look, expires 6/1 of 1997. Wow. That's wild. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at this. Oh, sweet. Look at that. 3 exclusively designed vehicles only through this offer. Cut out the UPC codes. So that is an actual Action System branded fire truck, looks like moving truck, and then the ambulance, which, I mean, it looks very rudimentary. These are clearly models that they had in the studio and just painted over them because the white on the top of the ambulance isn't even done right. And you can see the outline of the sticker for the Action System. So I wonder what these actually look like when you got them. I'm going to have to look them up. But this is kind of cool. Interesting. All right, it's giving me more stuff to search for. Oh, look at, oh, sweet, 5-packs. Okay, let's check this out. Off-road, racing, construction, military. That racing 5-pack is sick. Really, the trucks are too. Let's see what else. Fire, police, hot rods, supercars. Yeah, convertibles, and concept cars. Those are really cool. I was not expecting to get a whole rundown of like the Matchbox line. So there you can see all the different sets. So the police chase, you can see how simple they are when they're just by themselves. The mini car wash, the service station, the lift bridge, which looks awesome. The police station, the hospital, which we're opening now, the car wash, the big one, and then the fire and rescue center, available fall 96. Okay, small correction I found when I was looking through this pamphlet after I filmed the video. So when I look back at it, the Fire Rescue Center actually has that missing set right along with it. So for some reason, they are putting this as I guess a rescue center. I don't know. It's totally different from the actual like fire station over here. It doesn't have any fire things related to it. So I don't know if this got removed at a later date or if the fire center came with everything. It was just really odd because when I look back through, I'm like, wait a minute, that's the set right there. So I don't know why that came with it, but it's kind of cool because it does have the little car lift and the gas station. So I just wanted to point that out because I didn't see it before when we were filming the video. Also, this says available fall of 96. So this was a later release set. So it is possible they could have made some changes to it before they released it. Man, that's super cool. I like that. And it's like mint. I'm not going to get this graded. Not really, but you could if you wanted to because it was mint. Then you wouldn't be able to look at like the poster access of it, part of it. Okay, so there is another piece of the base. I don't want to mess those stickers up. Let's see. So these are held in basically by cardboard tabs. And also, I don't really want to break it because I can put this back in there. But there's really no other way to get this out of here than to probably break one of these cardboard tabs off. I mean, I guess I could cut this. Let me try that so I don't have to actually like break the cardboard. Okay, so here is the base. I mean, this is it's very simple. It looks like it could be a modern set, to be honest. Like if this had the action drivers accents on it and maybe some of the street, I would think it's modern. It doesn't look too bad at all. It's held up very well. I think it's more simple. There's definitely not as many detail, but it looks cool. So let's see. Oh, so you pull in the ambulance, boop, and it pops, or okay, so you probably pull in a car, it pops the lady out and then shoots the ambulance out this way because there is an exit right there. So very simple, but it's cool to see that actually working. So it's just a screw that moves this like kind of two-piece slider around. And there's the lady with the wheelchair, which actually looks like the box art. She's wearing blue and the wheelchair was blue, wasn't it? So not too bad. Okay. So let's go ahead and assemble this thing. All right, let's see here. Okay. Gives you a parts list, second floor assembly, sign. All right, let's take a look at the graphics on here. So these are real. Like that guy in the bed, it looks hilarious because everything else is drawn and then there's two real guys in there. And I cannot believe how scratched up this is. I would be so bummed about this if I opened this brand new. I mean, I am opening it brand new, but if that's what I got in 1995, I'd be like, I'm taking this back. So there is an emergency room. Looks like they're doing surgery on someone. That's more of like the hospital bed on the box art, one that doesn't fold. They even got like a bag of blood up there, which is kind of wild for a kid's toy. Very realistic. Then you got the, they're taking a nice afternoon stroll past the flower painting. Looking very calm, lady in a wheelchair. And then, oh, that guy. Look how flat his arms are. He looks like a dummy in there. Like, I don't know if... I don't know. I can't tell if that's real. It looks like it's drawn, like they may have stuck a real person's head on there and then drawn the rest because it doesn't look very good. Again, no shadows anywhere. Or maybe there's a little bit of shadow by him on the floor, which is nice. But I can't believe how scratched up this is. Okay, so let's go ahead and put does it matter where the front is? I think it's the same all the way around. I mean, obviously it's got to go this way. So, oh, there it is. Okay. So there's a little tab right there. So we're just going to put this on. Whoop. Press down. Boom. Is that on? Oh, not yet. There it goes. That was super loud. Whew. That is tight though. That is not coming off unless you break it. But man, it is crazy how bad the plastic is on this. Man, that's crazy. Okay, so there is the hospital. Let's go ahead and look at the... okay, so let's open the signs. Got the big sign. Obviously, these are going to need stickers on a lot of them because there are blank-sided ones here. Okay, so we have the sign, which is this one, actually goes over here, but I think there's probably... Does it say where the stickers go? Okay, here is where all the stickers go. And it looks like it's telling you to do it. Yeah, let's put it all together. Matchbox says put it together. Let's do it. So the track piece goes right here. No. Okay. Let me go. Oh, look, there's a little assembly pieces right there. 1995 Matchbox. Okay. Signs. Let me open the track parts right quick. Whoa, almost had a disaster again. Okay. All right, let's see. So it does have sewer lids. That's not bad. I mean, it's not up to quite Action Driver's detail, but that sewer lid looks pretty good. All right, looks good. Everything looks good. The quality of everything, like nothing's cracked. It does feel very... like you could crack it if you wanted to. The new stuff is much more pliable. Like this peg right here will 100% break off if you put too much pressure onto it. So you got to be careful with these, especially now since they've aged a little. I don't know if they're probably going to be more susceptible to cracking, but we'll find out, I guess, as we put this together. So, all right, let's see. This big, which one goes right here? Then we have a turn. Yeah, those are pretty tight. You at that. There's almost no gap in between there. Okay, then we have another turn over here. Okay. And then that goes to the hospital, but I'm not going to connect it to the hospital quite yet because this needs to go over here like that. And then these two end pieces, this one goes on this side because of the two pegs for the sign. And then this one goes over here. Oh, they both had the pegs. I didn't even see that. I'm sorry. And then, so let's see, it goes over here. And it looks like this one goes down right here. Is that looking right? It does. Okay. So I'm going to put this one over here. Man, those are very, like those little pegs are very tight to put this track together. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to pull this apart. Man, those are super tight. Ooh, look how tight those are. Like it almost broke the plastic trying to pull them back apart, which is not a good sign because then it's really hard to take these apart once you built them, especially if they're a little bit older. I don't want to be doing that too often because it's probably gonna make those tabs soft and be even harder to put together to make it stay together each time. But there is the set. That is it right there. So let's go ahead and put all the signage. This one goes over here. Looks like the lights go on this side. I don't know. I'm going to put the lights on this side, I guess. I don't know. So those snap in very, I don't want to say cheap, but they are. They're kind of cheap. So the Action Drivers ones have that like better knob on them that seems to click in a little better. These are going to be a street or stoplights, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and put the stickers on. So filming the stickers because they were quite difficult to put on. So if you see this label sheet, you'll notice a few things. So there are a bunch of circle and triangle stickers, as you can see, but they don't have indentions for them whatsoever. So you just actually have to put them wherever. So you can kind of see I did the base ones a little off from each other because they were really difficult. Same over here. It just says to put this and then the door sticker kind of wherever. So they kind of ended up probably a little off from each other. Same with the road things here. They just say put the sticker on. So there's no indention for them, which I really like when there's indention for a sticker because then I think it makes the placement a lot better. It looks a lot cleaner. Like same thing for the helipad H on top, which looks like the Mach 5, number 5, those same colors. But definitely you can see the quality difference and the design difference between one of these older sets and then one of the newer sets, because when you compare the two, you can definitely see the parts have been upgraded. They have better access points where they're not going to break. The track goes together better. The stickers are done better. Like this, I forgot about this one. This actually goes on the glass. So, I mean, it's just not very well done. But the set itself is cool. I think it still looks realistic for the day. I don't really like the highlighter yellow, that cheap plastic look. I wish those would have been gray or another color, but this was like on the tail end of the realism spectrum because like Matchbox and Hot Wheels were like pretty realistic in the 80s. It started to go towards that, like, I don't know what you call it, like rad era in the 90s where everything was like neon, highlighter, turbo. So this is like just kind of getting into that. And then now, thank God, we've gone back to more of like a realistic looking, even though a lot of Action Driver sets still do use those like high impact neon, like the greens and the oranges and whatever. But I like more when they're this color, like more realistic color. So let's go ahead and look at this set. It does have nice graphics. So you can see there are like fake light waves going down or rays, which is kind of cool. The street is a single lane, which I don't really like. I wish it was two. But for this one, I guess it could make sense if you only wanted a hospital to enter and exit one way. But then when we look at the actual function of this playset, so the ambulance goes over here. So let me adjust this real quick so you can see this a little better. So the ambulance goes here, but then another car pulls in. So let's use this Liberty because this is the only thing I have. So, okay, you drive the car through here. It pulls in, it goes, oh no, there's an emergency. You pull in, you go like this, you hit that little activation, and then this just goes like this. Like, I don't understand the design, because when you go like this, it has nowhere to go. So to me, this is the functionality of this set is in question as well. So I'm glad I opened this. I'm glad I did this review and unboxing to give you a look at what playsets did used to look like, the quality, the stickers, the kind of orientation of things. This makes no sense to me. I guess it's fun to play with, but then when you actually shoot the car this way, it does nothing. When you pull the ambulance back, the car can't exit out over here. So overall, I would say the look of this, I would give it like a 6.5 in realism, because the hospital itself isn't bad. The quality is not the best on my glass. And then the rest, the road is okay. The single lane is terrible, but these highlighter accoutrements that go with it are not, I don't really like those. I like more realistic. Like, if this would have been gray or even like a dark blue, I think it would have gone a lot better. But I will give them a little leeway, because they did put the grass, there's a curb. They try to do realistic stickers, but they're a little hard to put on. So overall, this makes me appreciate the Action Driver sets much more. Because while this is realistic, like, look at that glass, that's so bad. The functionality of it isn't the best. So while this was cool back in the day, you can definitely see how today's sets are much better play-wise. There's more room, they function better, they're designed better. So shout out to Matchbox now for the designs that they have, because I really like those. This is a cool set, but I definitely prefer the Action Drivers. So now that you've kind of seen this in a video, what do you think? Did you have these when you were little or younger? Did you play with these? Because they're still fun to play with, especially if you want to do, you know, like a town or something. It still was an affordable way to get into a set. They're not as affordable now to me, unless you're trying to collect these old sets or get them all. I would put your money into the Action Drivers line, because they're more realistic. They're better connecting. Everything about them to me is better. Everything is superior. The build quality, the plastic quality, the look, everything to me looks better. Now, that's not to say I still don't want the little like drawbridge one just to see what it's about, but this one overall is just okay. So I don't know, let me know what you think. Now that you've seen this, what do you think? Do you like this kind of single way setup? Do you think it works? Do you not mind the highlighter colored things? I don't know. And again, if you had this whole playset mix set out, like the whole town and everything had these colors, it might be okay, because then it would match. But to me, I like more realistic stuff. So the coolest part to me was this. I love this little booklet. I think this was like the coolest thing of the whole set, was getting to see this in real life, like full color, mint condition. Like, it's not like these coupons, everything, this little offer. I really like this little pamphlet. I wish they would do these in more Hot Wheels and Matchbox items to give you a, like, because this was the stuff kind of back in the day where I looked through this, I'm like, oh man, I didn't even see that GTO at the store, I want that GTO, and then I would go hunt for it. This was like the Langley group before they existed, you know, before like T-Hunted and all the leak pages started posting. This is what you had to go off of to see stuff, was this or convention. So when you're a kid, it was this right here. So very cool to see this little piece of history though. I enjoyed this. I hope you guys liked it too. This was the Matchbox Action System, I can't even see that box, Hospital number 6, 1995-1996 release. According to this would be a 96, so maybe the other sets would be a 97 or 95. I don't know, I have to look at it. But let me know what you think of this in the comments. I really appreciate you sticking through that one, even though the assembly and it wasn't the best set to look at, but it was a fun unboxing either way. So I really appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe as always, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!